What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? I think it's the 11th, November 11th, 2024. And today's video isn't really the most structured, I would say, but I just wanted to talk about the idea of when to start something, or if you're not working on reaching your goals, or if you're not willing to start on making your life better and turning your life into one that you actually want to live, that you wake up every morning and love living, if you're not already taking action towards those things, and if you're not starting now, then when will you? Right? I feel like a lot of people operate out of fear, and most people tend to avoid fear and uncomfortability, whether they can admit it or not, or whether they even realize it or not. But life can stagnate pretty easily. There's phases of life that if you don't do anything to change them, they're going to remain the same. I feel like that happens a lot when you get a job and the job is good, pays the bills, everything is taken care of, but you could be doing more. You can go get a higher position, but that position will require a lot more work, a lot more responsibility, and a lot more uncomfortability and fear. It may keep you up a couple nights. You may have some sleepless nights trying to figure out your brand new job, your brand new position, or your brand new step in life. And a lot of people would rather choose to live their current day-to-day lives where they're somewhat happy with what they have, or they're okay with what they have. And I feel like it's really easy to fall into that trap. Like even myself, right? I'm studying computer science. Like the field I'm going into, as long as it's not completely taken over by AI, the field that I'm going to pays well. It's a technical field. It's a good technical skill to have. And if I stay in school and do well in my classes and get good grades and whatever, maybe join a club or two, go apply to some internships, get an internship once or twice, like do essentially what you're told you should be doing, then life is gonna be okay. And it's pretty easy. Like there's not that much fear that goes into doing well in your classes or applying to a couple of internships. Like I've been taking classes since I was 6. I'm very comfortable with school. I feel like maybe some people aren't, but me personally, I'm very, very comfortable with school. You clock in, you go do your homework, you do what's expected of you, you go get that A, and then you're done. Like even exams aren't that scary anymore because I've done 1,000 of them, right? And then you go apply to an internship. Maybe the interview's a little bit scary, whatever, but like even if you don't get it, nothing bad happens. There was nothing on the line, and you lose an opportunity that you wouldn't have had in the first place. Like you go from 0, you get an interview, you're up here with opportunity, and then you're back to 0. You're literally back to where you were maybe a week ago. Like there's no loss in that. So it's pretty comfortable. School is, to me at least, pretty easy. I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And it'll get me a good life. Pretty good. Better than most, which is phenomenal. But it won't give me freedom. I'm still gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to work till I'm 65. That kind of sucks to me personally. I'll have my 2 to 3 weeks of vacation. I'll be able to save enough to go on that vacation, once a year for a week or two. Like that's not freedom. If you have to work 50 weeks and then you get 2 off, you own 4% of your time. You get weekends to regenerate, to go back to work. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. So what I was getting at is that it's really easy to get comfortable with where you are. because most people, I hope most people watching aren't starving. Like, all their basic needs are met. It's the higher needs that aren't met for a lot of people, like fulfillment and freedom. But food wise, shelter wise, everything wise, if you have all those needs met, it's pretty easy to not make a change, and it's pretty easy to not move forward. And everybody has goals, everybody has dreams, everybody's got ambitions, and a lot of people don't live up to those goals and to what they think they're going to turn out to be, because they think that they can just go and do it later because it's uncomfortable now. But no matter when you start something, it's going to be uncomfortable. So it's like they're procrastinating on living the lives of their dreams, or procrastinating on going and fulfilling their goals and dealing with what they have to face. And the problem with that is, like, if your job gives you a deadline, you can procrastinate until the deadline. Or if you have homework due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. on Canvas, if you have homework to do, then you can procrastinate all you want Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, midday. But when it comes to like 10 p.m. on Sunday, because somebody else set that deadline for you, you're most likely going to go fulfill it. But most people don't keep that same promise to themselves. Like, if I set out a goal to make $10,000 a month by April of 2025, right? Let's say I did that, and like January, February, March rolls around, I can procrastinate, whatever. Then April rolls around. It's not a hard deadline. Like, I set that deadline myself, and I feel like this is how most people inadvertently view it. But because I set that deadline myself, I can move it, I can cancel it, whatever. Like, most people's word to themselves is not as valuable as other people's words, or they won't live up to their own standards, and they won't work to uphold their own standards as high as they'll try to uphold somebody else's standards or somebody else's expectations. Like, for school, someone tells you to do something, you go do it. For work, your boss tells you to go do something, by this time you go do it. For yourself, you tell yourself to go do something, you don't have to listen. Like, it's not good. You definitely should. But most people, I feel like, are willing to push off that, and they think they're gonna have time, and they procrastinate on fulfilling the lives of their dreams because it's scary in the moment, and nobody wants to deal with anything difficult in the present if they can do it later. But the thing is that like goalpost, or that deadline, will keep on getting pushed back until it's a little bit too late, and then you have to come to terms that maybe you didn't get everything that you wanted out of life. So if you're thinking to yourself of starting something, of going and taking some leap towards what you really want out of life, if that's you, and you keep on thinking, maybe I can do it later, maybe things will be different, maybe things will be easier to start in the future, it's not going to be. Like, it's very simple to go do something, to go start and work, but it's hard. There's a lot of mental barriers, there's a lot of fear, uncomfortability that's like rooted in the human mind that stops you from damaging your ego and seeing failure. But if you're not doing it now, you're not going to do it later. Like, nothing is gonna change. So if you want to do something, go do it now. Go take action right now, because if not now, then when? That when might fly past you, and it might be a little bit too late in the future. So that's all that I have for today. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any thoughts, comments, anything that you want to let me know, please leave a comment down below. I'll reply to all of y'all. And if you want to subscribe or leave a like, I'd also very much appreciate that. But that's it for today. Thank you, and goodbye.